Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chachbarash, double honors the apostle. Yahweh is a great millstone who rule well and teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. Brothers labor in his truth, putting their life on the line, especially in these times. Salutations to you, brothers, and you brothers and sisters who believe in his truth wholeheartedly and sincerely. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, it's going to be a quick, brief lesson in the spirit and power, y'all, Bashim Shai, pray it's edifying to the sheep, you know, just grab this precept right here. All right, let's matter of fact, I was gonna start at 12, but I'm um, I'm gonna just start at 7. Jeremiah 49:7. It reads concerning Edom. All right, so Esau, Edom. So who's Esau, Edom? He's the fraternal brother of Jacob, right? Jacob's name was later changed to Israel. All right. Who's Jacob, Israel today? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those they have the seed of of Israel, right? You know, the 12 patriarchs of Israel, and been scattered abroad. All right, been scattered throughout the world. All right, so they may look like other nations, you know, but their seed go back to one of the 12 patriarchs of Israel. All right, so concerning Edom, and who's Edom, that fraternal brother, today you know the so-called white man, you know, but all going into the Amalekites, the small, which is the small hots, right? Okay, you got the teaming with the Germans, right? And you have others as well, but um, you know, but going into Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, but the red man, you know, out of Wam, going into red, all right. Um, Joshua, wasted away is he, all right, and that's Esau, all right. So thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Tema? Is counsel perished? It's like is wisdom no more in Teman? Again, I told you the team is going back to the Germans, right? Right. So you go into the time of Operation Paperclip when they was fighting for those German scientists. That's just a little glimpse and proof that you know those Temans was the Germans, right? But you know, going back to Edom, is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, um, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. All right? If grape gatherers come to thee, would thee not leave them gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. All right? Because these, you know what I mean, they're insatiable, right? And it reads, but I have made Esau bare, right, through the mouthpiece of the prophets, right? You know, I spake by the mouth, you know, by the mouthpiece, mouth of the holy prophets, right? You know, I hewed them down by the mouthpiece of the holy prophets, you know. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. So it's not just us, but we're the leading vibration of breaking down these strongholds of people, that covering cast that Esau Edom that have all over, that veil that he had all over the world. But you know, even his own tongue is falling upon himself, right? You got those of the nation of Esau, the nation of Edom, right, speaking up against their own people, right, and the atrocities and the things that they committed, all right, because there's levels to those Edomites as well, right, but they're all considered the wicked, all right, and now they speaking up against themselves, right. You got other people speaking. There's so much information out there. It's the time where the Lord has put a spirit upon all flesh, and people are, you know, there's a lot of truth out there. Now you got to only the men of the Lord gonna have 100% of the truth. But that's why you gotta, there's a saying, you eat the meat and spit out the bones. All right, because you can use some of that information, and we're gonna filter it through the scriptures, and we can give you the 100% understanding, that was been given us, that has been given to us, right? Because we know in part, we prophesy in part, but everything that was given to us, we share it with the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. We have 100% truth when it comes to salvation, just breaking down the prophecies, So, yeah, and it reads, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Right. So now he's being sloppy. People are seeing him. He's being made bare, right? And everybody's seeing Esau Edom, the devil, for the devil that he is. All right. His seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me, right? For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunk it. And that's going back to the nation of Israel, man. We was disobedient, so now we had to drink that cup. But we we the sons of God, Yasharah, the princes of power, right? So, but we had to go through this phase, this time, this lesson, right? For lack of a better words, so we can learn from it and learn how to be righteous, to be judges in the kingdom to come, man. All right, it was very necessary. It was a necessary cup. It was a necessary evil that we had to go through, man. All right, and it says, "For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken." All right, and we have drunken that cup, man. The Lord's wrath, ultimately, right? And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished, right? Thou should. So you think you're not gonna go. You're not even the Lord's. You think you're not gonna go unpunished for what you done. Because you have furthered the affliction, man. You was made that sword, that whipping stick against against the nation of Israel, right? When you go into Isaiah chapter 10, Psalms chapter 17, all right. But you have furthered the affliction. The scripture says, "He that touches the apple, he that touches the apple, touch the apple. He touches the apple of the Lord's eye, man." Right. So, and that's talking about the nation of Israel, right? Because that's his that's his children, man. All right. It says, "And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." All right. So you're gonna drink that cup, man. At least, like when you go to Deuteronomy 30:7, how the curse is going to be upon our enemies, man. You gonna drink that cup of the Lord's indignation, man. And it reads, "For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Bozrah should become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste," man. So Bozrah was a place in Edom, man. Idumea. All right. So, yeah, man. Yeah, let me get this real quick. I don't want this to die. Grab this. This is good. Salakia. Lamentations 4:21. And it reads, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked." So we just read that in Jeremiah, man. So that cup is going to pass unto thee, man. All right? The Lord's indignation, the Lord's wrath is going to pass on to you. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So we've been punished, like I was going into. That they used, the Lord used Esau, Edom to punish us. You know, and these other nations as well had a hand in it. You see, but there was the head nation that did so, man. All right, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, man, and their sins have reached the heavens, man. So the Lord is patiently waiting to lay the smackdown on these people, man. You see, Yahweh Shai, because no man, not even Yahweh Shai, know the hour, that he's gonna pull up, man. But he's waiting patiently, man, for Esau, for the crowns on the kings, the crowns on the head of these kings, man. Starting with Esau, Edom. All right, but see, that cup is gonna pass onto you, Esau. All the indignation, you gonna get it, man. Right? Scripture says, Revelation 18, I think. Revelation 18. Verse 4, and it reads, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye not receive not her plagues. And that's ultimately when we get beamed up in them chariots, man. We're not going to receive those plagues. But if you look at it in a spiritual sense, rise and depart. This is not our rest, man. We don't want to follow after the ways of Esau, Edom. But in the physical sense, man, that we're gonna be beamed up in those chariots, man. The Lord's vehicles, man. All right, and it reads, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. See, let me get that, put that red for judgment, all right? So that cup is going to be doubled onto her, man. The Lord's indignation is going to be doubled onto her through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. But yeah, going back into that, again, the only verse 4 mainly talking about, those chariots, all right? But if you want to apply it spiritually, that's what I said, just, that says don't receive her plagues, don't be a part, so, don't be part, because if you do, that's them plagues is talking about thermonuclear missiles, man. That fire from the lasers from the chariots, right? That concentrated fire, right? Like they call it they call it the direct energy weapons, right? So yeah, man. Esau Edom is not gonna go unpunished, man. Because that's ultimately, that's the gist of this lesson, man. We going through what we went through, but like the scripture says, our captivity is coming to an end. Matter of fact, let's go grab it again one more time. Our iniquity is coming to an end, and that's what we can be seeing the end of Esau Edom rulership. And that's why we can soon rejoice, because we soon going to see the downfall of our enemy. Lamentations 4:22, and it reads, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, right? So that's what it means, right? O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity, right? So again, back into that captivity, Isaiah 51:14, the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail, right? So we're that captive exile, and we hasten that we be loose, man. And like we going back into what we just read, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, man. We almost at the end of this thing. We just gotta, hold fast, stand firm, because the Lord, a lot of things that happen in the world right now, man. You can easily be caught out there, man. And that's why you gotta pray that the Lord have that, have that covering from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You have those hedges around you. All right, but we just gotta keep on fighting, stay strong, and call her long and la Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so with that, praise, blessings, edifying, shalom to the whole.